We do 3 hours a night here.
Every week.
Yeah, we do kind of do 6 hours a week.
Yeah.
All right. This one I already got my answer to it off the bat. So here we go.
Really affecting him. My brother is 15, my sister is 17, and I'm a 23-year-old girl. This is really stupid and it shouldn't have happened, but it did. Now I just want advice on how to make it better. Also, this is the story my brother told me as I wasn't there. He was in his room playing on his phone minding his own business. He got up to take out the trash and he came back to lay down in his bed. As he was laying down, he noticed their dog walking out of his room, but he ignored it. Later on, his 17-year-old sister noticed that her clothes were missing. She went looking for them and found them in my brother's room. The problem was that it was wet and slimy. She immediately told our parents, and they thought the worst. My dad, mom, and brother argued about it. Rude things were said. Apparently, mom said I knew you were weird, but not this weird. My dad said that he raised a predator. In the end, my parents asked me to pick him up and let him stay with me for a couple of days. When I picked him up, he didn't say anything and just sat in silence. He spent the entire time in the room that he was staying in. He came out for dinner, but he skipped breakfast and lunch. His eyes were always red when he came out, so I assumed he was crying. I've never seen him cry. Most of the time when he's upset, he's just stone-faced, so what they said must have really got to him. Finally, at the end of the week, our parents called me and they said they wanted to talk to him, so they came over. Before they came over, I tried to talk to him, but he ignored me. When our parents came, they apologized to him. Over the next week, they noticed more of our sister's clothes in his room until one day my dad caught the dog with my sister's clothes. My brother just said okay and went home. I tried to ask my parents if he could stay longer, but they said that wouldn't be necessary. Later on, I got a call from my parents asking me what he did at my house because he's just been in his room all day at their house. Is there anything I can do to help him feel better?
And the answer to that question, sister, nope. There's nothing you can do.
This story is confusing me. What did she do? Like, I'm like, huh, what?
They thought that what was actually the dog chewing on the girl's clothes, they thought he was taking his sister's clothes and jacking off with them.
Oh, I thought they saw he was wearing them. I'm like, they gonna make a big deal about him wearing girls' clothes. Okay, see, I missed it.
The answer to your question, Tracy, yes, you would probably make a big deal out of him wearing his sister's clothes. But what I'm saying here, is,
girls wear boys' clothes all the time.
Are we going to pretend like this is the same thing in both directions, Tracy? Really? Is that what conversation we're about to have? But anyway, yeah, all right, whatever. All right, but look, ain't nothing you can do for him to get him therapy.
Yep.
And get him the hell up out that house.
Oh, yep.
Because he going to snap and hurt somebody or himself. Because you don't walk back your parents, one, calling you a predator, and two, sending you away, and three, saying they always thought something was wrong with you. You don't, you know.
Yeah, even after the apology, they was like, how did he act in the room?
By the way, there was a fourth one. There is a fourth one. If you thought your son was a predator and all those bad things,
why didn't you call the police?
No. Why did you send him to his other sister's house? Like,
they don't care nothing about that boy. They don't care nothing about that boy. He's a quiet loner. He's probably reclusive, but he don't bother nobody. He just manages his own business. Y'all decided to immediately think the worst of him. And I'm a little wondering about the dad. Because
why did your mind go there?
Yeah,
that's immediately.
I would have thought the dog chewed on the clothes. I'd have thought, well, maybe they dropped him in the tub. I would have thought a whole bunch of other things. I would have thought, gee, my child is getting excited over his sister's clothes. That's like the last thing that I would even get in my mind.
Tracy, because they was always thinking that.
They always thought that. They
would have had to be, because I'm like, what?
Here's the thing, though. This is why I said I'm really suspect about the dad. How the hell he don't know what sperm is like? He makes his own.
Apparently.
So he knows
allegedly
how this stuff works. So I'm just like, the whole
wait a minute, pick up Mickey's comment because I couldn't read it fast enough. You went
sorry. I call bull when the dog tried to close or anything. The part that the dog's mouth.
Yeah, that is.
The parents have to know that no matter how much some men brag, they do not ejaculate that much.
That's my
point. I was gonna say they really don't.
Now, the mom can be oblivious because she ain't giving dad none anyway. But the dad, he should know better. I don't care how, even if his wife is the only woman he's ever been with, and they've had sex 3 times because they have 3 children. Right. Even if that's the reality, he should know better. But that's getting in the weeds. The fact is, you just damaged your child on a psychic level.
I don't think the kid should go back. I think he should refuse. I'm like, nope, I ain't coming back. Nope, that's it. I'm out. I don't want to come back here.
No, Tracy, he's already 17? Damaged. He's already damaged. He is gone. I'm exactly what Thea said. You need to get him to therapy and get him out that house at the exact same time.
He doesn't need to be going. Because even when they apologized, they were still like, well, how did he act in this room?
Because they so arrogant.
Yeah, they're still.
They thought he was gonna go right back to. Okay, you just called me a predator, and my mom, the mom that raised me, the mom that gave birth to me, always knew I was weird, but she didn't know I was this weird. But we're gonna go back to normal now.
On top of that,
and the sister is a low down piece of garbage. She's sitting there knowing that he didn't do nothing.
She doesn't know. The sister didn't know. Neither of the sisters.
She wasn't there, is what she was told.
Neither of the sisters knew what was going on. So the first sister, the younger sister, she just made an assumption because she don't know nothing about human biology yet. So she was just whatever. But my thing though, and I had missed this part of all the psychic damage it did to this child. You not only did you call him a predator, not only did you say that you always thought something was wrong with him, but you said that he wanted to have sex with his own sister.
Yeah, where did they jump?
The levels of damage you just did to that boy.
Yeah.
He ain't never gonna be right. But get him somewhere, send him to
away from them.
What you do with him. I don't know what you do with him.
Send them up, don't let him.
No, I go about what you said.
Therapy, but don't let him live in that
house. And he needs therapy.
He needs to live with the brother and get some therapy because them parents are just something else.
The best option is for him to go live with his sister, but is his sister equipped to help him through what he's going to be going?
Well, he was already living with the brother, wasn't he?
No, he was living with his parents.
That's a family.
His parents and his younger sister he lived with.
Oh, that was his sister. I thought it was his big brother. He was living.
So, on one hand, is he needs out of the house, send him to his sister, but the same thing, his sister's 23 years old. She's trying to grow up and live her own life. Is it fair? And is she even capable and equipped to take on that type of damage? Because it's not like he's just coming as a rebellious youth. He's coming as a damaged person, right? So then you have, okay, well, if we keep him in the house, then you really, really need amazing therapy that's focused on the family and him, right? Because they need to they got to fix their mess, and he needs help finding out a way to fix himself, right? So that's probably the best case scenario. That one, he stays in the house, but everybody got to go through intensive counseling. Because my concern with if you send him out the house, I don't care if you send him to his sister, I don't care if you send him to an aunt or an uncle, I don't care if you send him to the grandparents. At the end of the day, on top of everything you just did to me, you rejected me and threw me away like I didn't matter to you. So it's like this is a no-win situation for this young man. I'm like, this is horrid.
Them parents are garbage. CPS. Somebody call Child Protective Service because these parents ain't right. Who was it? Like, if I had children, I don't have any, but if I had children, son and daughter, I'm never thinking, gee, he's really looking at her way at that. That doesn't even enter into my mind. What were they thinking? Like, are they cousins or something? Like what? Huh? What?
The whole thing. Horrid. Horrid.
All right.
Because I'm sitting here thinking about how he's going to adjust after this. And so it's like, I mean, it's easy to look at all the damage that was just done. But it's like, once the damage is inflicted,
he's going to sit there and recycle it.
Right.
And
he's got to relive it over.
So mad was he was so delusional, so arrogant, so self-centered, so egotistical that they thought all we got to do now is apologize and bring you home.
They didn't apologize.
Everything was gonna be hunky-dory and we back to normal. You destroyed this boy. I'm gonna tell you off the bat now.
Marlon, they didn't apologize.
I think they did.
No, because they would have never asked, what was he doing in his room?
No,
that's
I mean,
not an apology
to him. They didn't mean it, but they apologized to him.
Yeah, they clearly didn't mean it.
Even if they meant it. Even if they meant it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And this may be a hypothetical.
That sticks out in my head the most in all of this, and I'm sorry that I keep harping on it, but it's still the mama who flat out said, I knew you was weird. I just did not know you was that weird. That means to tell me my mom, whether I did something or not, always thought I was weird, and you was just waiting for me to what? Prove
do something to you, like lady.
Y'all are a trip. Y'all are a soul trip.
CPS.
I'm gonna bend the corner. I'm gonna turn the corner on this a little bit, right? Because this could be a real story or a not real story. We don't know, because there's really messed up stuff happens in the world. So this very well could be a real story. But think about all the young child runaways that we hear about all the time, that have been raped by someone in the family or a friend of the family, and no one believed them, and they cast aspersions on them, especially the young girls, where they're constantly being told, did you seduce this person? Why'd you dress this way or whatever? Like you brought it on yourself. Or the children who, you know, are in this type of a situation where there's no way to really help them heal from whatever damage was done to them. So they run away. Like, these people are all around us. And a lot of them are shoved into prisons and nobody thinks about them again because they did something after the trauma to survive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is the kind of stuff that I would like for people to think even beyond the story that Marlon just shared with us and realize this is a real life application, right? In fact, not only is this a real life from the standpoint of like runaways and people in prison and stuff like that, these are people on your job who are trying to cope with childhood traumas, young adult traumas, college traumas, what have you, and they're functioning as best they can around you. And you don't know what the person next to you has been through. You don't know what they're recovering from. So it's like, this is all around us, but because we have the option and the luxury of not focusing on it unless it was us, it just gets untreated, and then we just wait for somebody to act out and we punish them.
And the more that somebody goes through childhood trauma, the more their immune system turns on them, and they will have terrible health outcomes. They have a whole scale of, you know, asking how many childhood traumas have you gone through? And basically, an average American has anywhere from 4 to 7 of the 10.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because I mean, once again, this is anecdotal. And it's weird. It's strange how like I look at things the way that I do, because straight up and down, I had an amazing childhood, right? Everything that went wrong with like other people around me. Like I was unscathed, but I can't help but think about these people. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I can't say I had a great childhood. I'm kind of glad to be in adulthood. It wasn't nothing like what we just heard about, but I've had definitely a better adulthood than childhood.
I know that dog need to get out the house.
Yeah,
because they're gonna blame that dog for something else.
Yep.
That dog
gone.
Come on.
No, them parents need to. Those parents need to be reported to Child Protective Services because they messed up. How you gonna think? I always thought something was wrong. Why would you say that to your child?
Because they're gonna get rid of the dog because they're gonna have to blame somebody else.
And they need to look in the mirror and blame their own crappy self. Because it's their fault.
What I want to do. You know what I want to do, but I ain't gonna do it.
And
you don't know what you want to do.
Masturbation is one of the most neutral things in the world. Do not let your
talking at the same time. I can't.
I got whoa. I got several conversations going on.
Yeah, I was like, Anna, what'd you say, Anna?
Go ahead, Anna.
I said, parents, masturbation is one of the most natural things in the world. Do not let your children feel like they have done something wrong, even if that was the issue.
Oh, hell, no. You're not going to masturbate on your sister's clothes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have
that one. We ain't gonna do. We're not gonna do that one.
Have to
we're not gonna do that.
I don't think Anna was talking about on the sister's clothes. I think she was talking about in general.
Okay. Thank you, Tracy.
Not to put words in your mouth, Anna, because I don't really do that. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I don't think she was talking about doing it on the sister's clothes.
I'm sorry, because she said if that was the issue, and that's where I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Look,
otherwise, I agree with you.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with masturbation. All I'm just saying is stop running my water bill up.
Or using up all my toilet tissue.
Or using up all my toilet paper. Well, can you give me my lotion back? That's all I'm asking.
Hey, anybody who's got teenage sons, okay, make sure you get at least 2-ply toilet tissue. Don't worry about how fast it go away. Okay, just leave it alone. Okay.
Sure.
If you're going by facial tissue, don't get that stuff that got that scent in it. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that to that child. And I would recommend this is the time to transition your child to having a healthy amount of white socks. Okay, make sure all his socks ain't black. Okay, get him some white socks. This is gonna help you. This is gonna help you. Okay. So I'm just saying, and no matter if you got a boy or a girl. Once they 12 years old, thereabout, don't just walk up in their room. Okay, make noise as you approach.
Not
this
on
is
the
not
damn.
Not in my house. I'll walk in any door I want.
I'm not. That's fine, Tracy. You missed.
Go ahead.
I said.
Go ahead.
Make.
Wait a minute. How many?
No, Tracy, no. Go ahead.
Walk up because then I'm like, wait a minute, what I see? Then I'll be like,
Because are you going to traumatize your child because you feel entitled to go wherever you want to?
Although technically,
I'm telling you this right now.
Technically, you can. It's
you
ain't
traumatizing the boy. I'll tell you that off the bat. You ain't traumatizing. You just caught him, but he ain't stopping.
He's not going to stop.
The hell he will.
No, he's just going to do it other places. I mean,
he'll just go and look.
Yeah. In the moment.
From this point on,
in the moment,
going to happen. The showers are going to be longer.
So he'll compensate. I'm saying, in that moment, why traumatize your child and yourself?
I just thought about that. I'm like, wait a minute. See, this is why I don't have little children running around here. So I'm like,
all right, we got.
What happens next is a great question.
We got to go on to the next story. I'm just letting you know. Don't walk up in some teenager's room.
Can we have a story that's not incestuous?
Yeah, please.